Hello everybody, what is going on? And welcome back to the My Player Career Mode. I hope that you are all doing well. We have a lot to get through today, but as I show you the table to start the day, we are joint top with Atletico, which you'll know if you've been following the series. However, the title of today's video, Advantage Barcelona. You're about to see our first two games as post-com. The rest of the episode after that is live. And my friends, they have dropped points in the title race. It seems like that's not happened at all since we've returned to Barcelona. And when it did, we weren't able to take advantage of it because we would drop points ourselves. But as I show you the highlights of our first game here, as we took on Malaga, after this game, they played against Real Sociedad and drew 1-1. So we were holding top spot of first solely. Just us, 2 points clear. And actually, I've got to give major credit here to Alisson for this big save with 10 minutes to go in the match. Had he have not saved it and Malaga had have scored, we'd have dropped points. We'd have been on the same points as Atletico Madrid. But at that time, I didn't actually know that they were dropping points. So looking back, that makes it an even bigger moment in the match. What a save it was. And that was all he had to do all game as we moved into Levante for our next and final post-com match of the day. And it was after this game that I'd seen that they dropped points. And actually, we should have been leading after 20 minutes. Our first shot was saved, and then we get this chance. Gaya's ball over. Rashica brings it down, finds the ball back into the middle. On the first time volley, I should have found the bottom corner, but I hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Now, luckily, we didn't have to wait too much longer to find the lead, as we pick up the ball in central midfield, wait for the run of Jesus to come through, lay the ball into his path, and he applied the finish as you would expect. This game, really, though, we're feeling pretty good about things, albeit Alisson, again, had to make a save at 1-0. It wasn't like as big a save as that one, but it still was pretty massive, you know, in the context of it, because, again, we had to rely on him at 1-0. And if that goes in, that changes the game entirely, right? But just before the break, we went 2-0 in front. We play the ball through. This time, I make no mistake with the finish. Rashica again lays it across, take a little touch away from this sliding challenge, fire it back across the goalkeeper, 2-0, and that will be the full-time result. So both games today, actually, to start us off, not the most, you know, convincing of wins, but it's 2 wins from 2, and that's all we ask as we confirm that we are top of the table on our own. There you go, 2 points, the gap. Goal difference, though, still with our rivals, so we still have to work on that. But with Betis to come right now, who are third place, let's see how we get on in this game. Sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy what's to come today. Traore here for Betis as they go in search of the first chance, and Alisson will make the stop. So it's advantage Barcelona right now in the title race as Melendo finds a brilliant 1-2, and the goalkeeper gets a touch. 2 are short, but it's not enough to keep it out, and it squeezes its way into that bottom corner. Advantage Barcelona in the title race. And I was going to say this certainly will not be an easy game against Betis. The side that Atletico slipped up against was Sociedad, and we have them later on in the day. Oh, man, I think the keeper should save that. Well, we do lead here. This is a tough game. We need to hold on to this. It just feels good as well to actually hold sole spot of first. We're not sharing it. We're not joint top. We are in control of this title race from this point forward. So as long as you don't slip up, it is ours to lose, basically, is the way it is right now. Alexander-Arnold with the ball at his feet, back towards Soler on the first time volley. And it's straight at the goalkeeper. Our concentration levels are being tested here by Betis. They have held possession for what feels like pretty much most of the second half. And yeah, it's been a low chance, low score game, but it'll still be the win if we can get it. Here is De Ligt. Now Werner, back towards De Ligt, cross towards the back post. Soler's there again. And this time, it'll be into the side netting. Doesn't matter, though. We're chewing down the time on the clock. And we're getting ever so closer to a big 3 points away at Betis. And I'll tell you right now, it'll be really good if Atletico have dropped more points. I'm not sure who they're playing, but if they manage to somehow drop more and we win again, it'll just give us that little bit extra that we need to open up a 5-point gap at the top of the table, which I didn't think I'd be saying. I mentioned that it'll probably be the game against them that we have to win in order to win the title. Well, they've given us the opportunity now to take, I guess, a lead before we even have to worry about that game against them. Admittedly, we still have to win it, right? You know, I don't want to give them anything from that game. Even a draw would keep it at 2. But the win here is secured. Not really much going on in the game. And ultimately the goal that won us it really, I think, should have been saved. But those are the games that you need to be winning. Especially the way we did if you want a league title. And there you go. The match facts. 4 shots, 2 on target for us, 2 and 2 for Betis. And 3 of those shots coming in the last sort of 10 minutes. So that shows you that we didn't really do a lot in that game. What happened elsewhere? Well, we can't actually see right now. So we don't know the result in the Atletico game. And do remember as well, although we are fighting realistically with them for the title, there is still other teams in and around us that can prove to be title challengers. Real Madrid, of course, one of those. Sociedad. And even our opponents there, Betis as well, they were up in the top 5 heading into that game. I'm pretty sure they were actually 3rd. This is an interesting one because we've got Benfica at home and our Champions League future right now is still up in the air. But we should be able to get through this group. But we are sat 2nd, halfway through. So I definitely have to play this. There's no doubt about that. And then it'll be Sociedad to end the day. But imagine if we lose this game now to Benfica. A minute to go of this first half. And Benfica are making this incredibly difficult for us as we try to get an opening just as we end off the first half. They're sitting in their own half and not really moving. And it's a case of trying to break them down, which so far we've not really done very well. 3 minutes left of normal time. We're on ultra attacking. And I believe there's been 1 shot, 2 shots in this entire match. The arrow needs fixing. Your position arrow that your character plays with. The amount of times it tells you you're out of position, but then you just have to watch the AI knock the ball around. If they win it here, I will be absolutely livid. 2 additional minutes. I can't quite believe what I've just played through here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll show you these match facts at full time because ultimately we have just played a 90-minute game of football and seen nothing. This happens way too often in the My Player series. Alright, I'll show you the match facts because, yeah, you have to see them to believe them, really. Let's get into that. And, I mean, it keeps us a point ahead of Benfica. But as it stands, if Wolfsburg have won, which they probably have, there you go, match highlights from that game. And I don't even think that's the shot that I'll be showing you because it really wasn't much of anything. Yeah. There you go. How do you even make this game look interesting or exciting when that's what's happened in 90 minutes? I guess on to Sociedad, right? As that is our next game. Atletico Madrid aren't struggling in the Champions League though, they're loving it. And they actually won it last year, didn't they? So most likely they'll probably win it again this year unless we can stop them. But at least we're top of the league, right? Jesus, edge of the penalty area, off towards Rashica for the first shot! And the first goal of the game. And Barcelona lead here. That is much more like it. It was a really strange game, that last one. Yeah, I'm sat here still scratching my head about it. But no mistakes in this one. From our very first shot on goal, we have the advantage. And it was a goal draw the last time that Sociedad played one of the big 2, you could say. And that was that game against Atletico. So they did score in that. So us finding this goal doesn't mean the game's done there. We've still got to make sure we don't give them anything back. But ultimately, it kind of just lifts any nerves that we could have had. Especially after that last performance where we were poor in front of goal. Straight back to it then with another opportunity. Lovely touch by Melendo. That is brilliant from Melendo. And Rashica has doubled his advantage in as many minutes. That was sensational stuff from our fill-in striker. I'm calling him that because he's actually, of course, a left winger, but he's playing up front. That touch there to take it away from the defender and then the ball back inside is what makes that goal. And just like that, that should be the game. I'm going to say it now. I don't think we'll lose it from this point forward. The way we started here, as soon as we kicked back off, we went straight back at them again. There was no sitting back, no allowing them to have possession. We won it straight away. We attacked straight away and we got our reward. Oyarzabal with the corner into the middle. Near post header comes in. And really, the best chance that Sociedad have found, they should have taken. It is so close. Maybe Alisson has that covered anyway. And with De Ligt making that challenge, that will end the game. It's been a decent first half performance from us. Second half, we kind of just took our foot off the gas a little bit. Didn't really pile the pressure on. They had that one opportunity at the near post. They didn't take that, and really that was all they did, Sociedad. So, yeah, I'm not sure how they managed to get a draw against Atletico. Maybe they're not playing the best football in the world, but we got another win, another clean sheet as well. Again, though, in terms of the match facts, as I show you these, there wasn't too much happening in the game again. I'm wondering if maybe it's me not having the time on for, because I play 4-minute halves. That could be it. But equally, I'm still playing basically an 8-minute game. So on average, we're getting, what's that? 5 chances, a chance every minute and a half. That's not really that much when you think about it, right? So I don't know what to put it down to, but again, 3 shots, 2 goals, 2 shots for them, neither on target. Let me know your thoughts anyway, guys, because it's something that I've only just sort of realised today. I've had my games where there've been not many chances, but I never really look at the match facts after the game. I don't take them and I don't kind of use them all that much. But today I've noticed them, and yeah, it's quite surprising to see just how low the chances are per game. We have ourselves a repeat of the World Cup final as we face Italy in some European Championship qualifiers, and the European Championships will most likely be our last international competition. So it's kind of important that we actually do qualify for it. And you can see the group there. Poland, Czech Republic, Finland and Bulgaria are the rest of the sides that make up our group. So not an easy one at all, but we do top it at the moment. I have not played a single game in these Championship qualifiers. So this will be the first one that we play. It will also be our last game of today. I know I said that the Sociedad game would be, but with the lack of highlights in our Benfica fixture early on, I decided that I'll give you guys another game. And then after that, we'll sim the Finland game, which will take us all the way to Osasuna, and that will be the first game of the next episode. So yeah, we get a break away from league football for the moment to face off against Italy, who I'm sure will be wanting some type of revenge against us for that World Cup final, albeit it won't feel as good because they lost the game that mattered the most, really, didn't they? So let's get into this. What a tackle that is, by the way, as we win back possession. And now a chance to run at Italy's backline. Rashford's in the penalty area. Still got it. Marcus Rashford goes for the shot at the near post. And Donnarumma made sure to make the save. But did you see the tackle that we put in order to win that ball back? Nice work by Capone. There's the ball in, and Pickford didn't really get a good touch on that, and we got away with it. Space here for Raheem Sterling to try and use. We've got 15 minutes left, and neither side has had much creativity today, really. We've not been able to find a way through Italy's defence, and likewise, they've not really found a way through ours either. Phil Foden finds us in a pocket of space. We turn away, get the shot away as well, and the woodwork denies us the goal. Oh, I thought that had gone in the bottom corner. We did it right. We turned back onto the favoured left foot. Donnarumma didn't really have it covered. And the woodwork is what denies us. And that will be it then from the game at Wembley. It finishes 0-0 between the two World Cup finalists. The England fans not too happy with that, but it does mean that we stay top in the European Championship group. As we advance through then, Finland was a 4-0 win. Yeah, didn't play in that. Simmed it, of course. And that is where we end then for the games. And that is a brilliant sight to see. 12 games in, no points dropped, top of the league. Will it finally be our year for a league title? I'm saying it like we're massively ahead. We've got a 2-point lead. But given the way that Atletico have been so dominant, this is good for us to see, right? Osasuna is our first game of the next episode. When do we actually play against our rivals for the first time this season? Remember, we've already played one El Clasico as well, so we've got that game out of the way. That game against Shakhtar is massive for us in the Champions League. We have to win it. Oh, man, they come up in December. We might get to there next time in the next video. If not, it'll be the video after that. In there as well, we've got Wolfsburg in our final group stage game, which we have to win. The Super Copper against Atletico, we've been drawn against them. I believe that's a semi-final anyway. We won the Super Copper last season. All in all, I've just seen that in, was it February or March, we've got Real followed by Atletico. So those two games It'll be very, very interesting to see how we do in those. But for now, everyone, that is where we end today's video. I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I apologise for the lack of highlights in some of the games today. I know we've been seeing that a fair few times, but I just want to show you as well. We do play Legendary difficulty already, and I play with no sliders. So I'm not quite sure what to put it down to. I don't know if it's just the way I play, and I don't play to really create that many chances. But all in all, yeah, it was a very strange video today. There wasn't too much going on. Even with the Italy game at the end there that you saw, there were 3 shots for them, 1 on target, and we had 2 0 on target. So another game without highlights, really. But still, I hope you enjoyed. If you are new around here, like what you see, hit that subscribe button. So follow me on the channel. Help me get one step closer to the magic number of 100,000 subs. Until next time, have a great day, have a great evening, stay safe, people, and I'll catch you all again soon. Until then, adios!